Here's a guy that's doing the forecasting gig. And sometimes he's right, sometimes he's wrong, like anybody. And he's called FOREX trading and wave analysis. And he actually is doing an auction kind of theory. Maybe he doesn't realize it, but he's doing like maybe Elliott wave or 5 waves into the other side of the giant structures. But look at how this guy has a preconceived notion of the scenario, and he's so locked into it that he's filtering out the winning trades, not really realizing kind of where you're at in the landscape of the history of price. And this is the dollar index. He's got a 4-hour chart scrunched to fuck, so I did the same thing. Here's my 4-hour chart scrunched to fuck and back. And at this point of the game, on the chart, we're about right here. Okay, we have this. Okay, this is the low that he has is on his chart. We're right here on the chart. Right, we haven't really done anything here, but at this point on the chart, I think it's obvious to anybody that understands the lonely wick theory that this itty bitty lonely wick here is a big deal. And if they trap people underneath that floor thinking it's going down, like this is a continuation, it's going to go fill that vacuum. This is the hot spot that people are having a problem with, that the no-nonsense Forex guy refuses to get involved in this manipulation practice down here when it's the most profitable thing in the fucking world, because this lonely wick here became the crushing test. They're testing. This is the dollar index. Look at the rip north. 4-hour dollar index on close. Scrunched in like this, guys. At least I can see the at least I can see the divergence here. Like if I just have a line chart, it cleans up the chart. Like this candlestick shit's crunched down. There's nothing but a bar chart. It's just a fucking mess. It does not tell the story. If I zoom in on this a little bit, okay, you can see a triple fucking top. You can see the head and shoulders, the kind of like, if you want to say that's a head and shoulders, well, you're always buying low and selling high in a range. So it's ranging, dollars ranging. Then it gets trapped below the auction floor, right? This week comes back. The scalpers scalp off the top of that. I don't want to move it over, but if you can see here, I'll use my trusty zoom, my untrusty zoom. It's just a blathering. It doesn't even stay still. This is the dollar index. A classic. Bottoms become tops. Sellers come in, drive it down one more. Buyers come in. There's always, for every time it goes up and down, there's got to be somebody taking the other side of the trade. That's what's going to make it range in a trend up. It's ranging. You can still counter trend trade that. Top tick Tommy gets in here. Meanwhile, this void's forming beneath. But what about the fact that this is the body? This is a weekly. If that's a 4-hour chart, this is a doji on the weekly. Here's your wick here. Here's your wick here. We trapped under close. I mean, this triple bottom on the 4-hour, this whole week being trapped under that floor, it's got to mean something, for God's sakes. The rebellion against that psycho move is why that this is such a harsh move here, as it fills that void, right? This one left behind. Then we play the tag and bag game here. Sellers. Of course, this was always the selling window. And this is always the buying window. But not now. Now fair value is the buying window because we're losing momentum, because we're getting a wedge. Anytime you see the market going sideways, like here's the flag entry. All the flag traders trade the break out of here. Trend continuation traders. Low volatility entry window. Boom. You're out. Just get the fuck out. If you want to get in, wait for another sideways. Wait for another sideways. Wait for sideways to sell. Trend traders are waiting for sideways to get in. Any trend trader that has half a brain, if he knows the direction the market's moving, if it went up and it goes to doji, what do? Put a buy stop above if you're a confirmation goober, and you put a shallow buy limit below. But you're going to trade very tightly because the market's telling you, I'm in a tight range, trade me tight. When it's in a wide range, trade me wide. I mean, the market's yelling at you every moment it's open, I suppose. Every 4 hours it has something to say. You, on the other hand, have nothing to say other than your kind of harebrained notions of what it's going to do and what you're not going to do. What you're not going to do. And if you trade on limits, and this guy, bless his heart, he speaks in a foreign accent, so you got to give him the foreign accent break. But, I don't know what his motivation is. I mean, maybe he does want you to sign up for a program. He's not pushing it very hard. He's not like, come to a channel. Maybe he does have something. I don't know. He says something about a course.
Help all of you.
Next course. Maybe you sign up for a course here or something. I don't know. But he makes a, you could say, I wouldn't say he definitely makes the wrong call here, but the other thing is he's missing out on the other guy's trade, I think. He could jump into, and he could see that, it's in an uptrend. The argument can be made at this point on the chart that for all intents and purposes, we're going up. Yeah, we're ranging. Sure, there was this thing, there was this trap, there was this insane entry here. Like people like, holy fuck, you're buying there? Like, can't you see it's going down? I love it when people say that. You're buying that? Yeah, it's crazy. You're selling up here? Look, it's going up. Why would you sell? Look at you bought down here. He does mention that. If you're in here, but then see, he's also filtering out for scalpers. He's saying, well, you know what? If you're long here, move your stop. Otherwise, don't touch it. He's also calling out all these signals and how to do this and that, but he has no regard for what's really going on. I don't think he understands how price is created on the chart. So what's driving the price up and down, I think, is the question. I guess it's okay to trade the market with signals and trend lines and all that stuff, but it's kind of curious what drives the market so fucking hard in one direction and then makes it die out and just come to a kind of a screeching halt and go sideways. And I never really noticed that there was a trade plan for the sideways action as well as this the complete steamrolling, fast and dirty cut through fresh area, or come and engulf in an area and just wonder what the fuck happened there. Like, the old trading books that I would read would have a hammer. I mean, this is with stocks and everything. I'm talking about like $50. Okay, these books are worth $100 a piece, right? That's like whatever that is I got in the books. You turn the page and you go, what the fuck? There is also the one I have that I kind of think's cute now, but I could actually probably have a trade plan for all the scenarios in there. But it's called 1,000 Patterns. This book is like 200. It's Wiley and Sons. It must be 256 pages. Some kind of Fibonacci amount of pages. And they distributed the pictures in font just to make sure that it came out to so many like pages. But that's subliminal Fibonacci indoctrination. And the Fibonacciists, bless their heart, they're thinking that, well, this is a natural phenomenon of the market. Of course, it's manipulated, so man must be a Fibonacci expression. But can't you see the Gartley? Now, I could see a Gartley here. See, here's your perfect Gartley, too. Let's not leave the Gartley's people out. All the people that have these amazing designs. I was just at the coffee shop. It's a different crowd at night. And I thought, God, really? Really? That's how you dress at the coffee shop? Maybe I'm not dressed appropriately enough. I don't have enough glitter on my face when I go in there. I know everybody wants to be a rock star. So we have this sideways punishing. Now this just would blow up any kind of swing bot. Right now the swings are baby swings. Are you ready for that? And this I call the two hump camel trade. Here's the humps on the camel. Here's his feet. Here's his, he's about to spit at you. He has a unique ability to spit north. He's a carnival act I've kind of like working on the side I don't want to talk about. Here's the camel's, the saddle. You're going to ride right here. Okay. You can throw some limits at where your spurs are. Because you're riding this camel, you're wearing spurs here. I call this the amazing camel trade. I think this is the inverted camel trade. Big Gartley here. Look at this Gartley. I know everybody sees these big swings in here. like who doesn't look at that and go, well, if I had to just sketch that in, I'd say the market's kind of doing this. All right. And actually does go ripping up amazingly. Now he says do not take it from the short side. He has a wave theory. It's a wave theory signalist.
If you made money, and to update you about the June course, we have only 2 places left. Let's go.
Oh, when they said only 2 places left, I thought it only had 2 trades when I saw the header on the thing. Hurry, guys. You're going to want to jump into this signal course.
The XY, if you remember, guys, from here we told you are going up.
We told you, and you did not listen.
And down, right?
Okay, let me see how you got that right. We thought it was going up and then down. Okay, that was about right here on the chart. Wait, he's moved everything. Now I got to zoom out. I guess I screwed up because I zoomed out. Okay, let me find that place on the chart. Okay, that's way back. In the Wayback Machine, they all look the same in some regards. Okay, that was this spot here. Fuck, I'm going to have to scroll up to that. Please hold. Let me see if I can get this in the same. Because it's tough, you know. It's really tough to debunk the signal guys. Look how much work I got on it. I mean, I fucking completely lost now. Oh, February 13th forecast. This pattern, you're going to trade or we cancel your membership.
So, if you are in this cell, you can move your stops. If you
you're on this side, you can move your stops. So we're right here. We're in this glorious cell that he called out. After this, okay, here it is. Here's the infamous consolidation. Now, if we are structured traders, we are going to make more money than this buffoon. We're not going to forecast too much. We're just going to call out one wave. It's called one wave trader. Let me trusty drawing tools out. Okay, so for the guy that is literally going to take the 4-hour chart and take an opportunity of these little pockets, and you're going to buy this little, just call it a retest zone at the 50-yard line. And I think the reason why the market rips so hard north is this last stop hunt. And I'm just saying that the guy that is long, that keeps moving his stop back because they keep coming back, and he moves his stop back to here, and they moves his stop back to here, and he's like, holy fuck. Dude, I move my stop back to this top, become a bottom. I mean, holy fuck, why is the market reacting at this pivot where this top became a bottom? So harsh. Then here comes the scalpers are always getting out here, right? Now here's where the scalpers are like, holy fuck, no, we're going to this last structure. It's only, you cannot see on his chart. It's just a fucking mess. I can kind of see it here. Like I can say that's the pullback. Then a big launch. It just cuts through here. Here comes the people that missed out. They get in during the flag. Anytime you see these bars where it's like 8 hours or 12 hours of nonsense, are you trapped under a floor right now? Did you buy here on limits? Are you long from this point down? Did you scalp to the floor? You're already out. So where are we on this chart right now? Okay, so he's saying that we got that move, and he's telling people that you were going to sell up here. You're selling up here because he was waiting to sell, and if your stops, you're going to move it. So I moved my stop here where he would have moved his. I'm going to assume he moves here, he moves stop to here, and once he's in the buyer's window, hopefully he just got the fuck out. Now you could move a stop, that is true. And if he did sell here, then he's going to, if he runs it too tight, he's going to get stopped out here. But if he runs it like, I'm waiting for fucking 20 hours to go by, then I'll move it to the last known swing high, last known spike. It really depends. And are you going to use the ATR to move your stop as the ATR dies down? I mean, this are all like, and are you going to trade 20 pairs? Don't forget. I mean, this is just so difficult to think about. Are you going to play guitar? Are you going to get a 6 string? Are you going to get a 7 string? Are you going to play clean? Are you going to play distorted? Are you going to get asking, like, how would you trade? It's like, well, you just have to do it like on a trade-by-trade basis. Now, the idea that you're going to get really good and you're going to backtest some system, quote system, and you're just going to trade that with 1% of the account. I don't know. Maybe that could work, but that wouldn't that be being done right now with some goober bot? Can't we write a sloppy trend trading bot and give it 1% to fuck with? Isn't that going to make 5% a year? Yeah, probably, right. But you want to make like 100% a month, right? But 100% of $1,000 is different than 100% of $1 million. You're not going to risk $500,000 on a trade, right? So this whole percentage of risk to account is another stupid fucking number, because how much is in the account? I'm risking 1%. Okay, I got it. What's your frequency of trading? Well, it can't be too high. If you're going to trade 1%, it's how much dollars, right? Which instruments can you trade? Like the dollar, the Australian dollar, you can double up, right? It's cheap. You can have 2 tickets in that for the price of. That's why it's barely moving, right? It's barely moving because it's fucking cheap. I mean, there's no, like, if it's really expensive, it's probably moving like a fucking whore. I don't know if that's true, but it seems to me that's what's going on. I never did any statistics on that. I mean, some of these currencies, you're looking at the dollar value, you're like, really? Okay. And then the spread, you're like, woof, I better be in this for a month before I see a profit. I don't know, man. It really depends who you are, I suppose. What do you like? How much punishment? What's your daily dose available? Do you like being bitch slapped all day long? If you're a masochist, trading may be the answer, I think. At least for watching the signal guys.
You are not in the sell, just wait. We can get a corrective structure here and downside again.
So we did get a corrective structure and downside again. But so here's what happened. Just to take us up to date. We out here at InChart. See? This chart looks different than mine. No, it's the same. But here's the double top that became the bottom here, and this is the impedance, this is the confirmation pullback rip north. Then we revisit this area without regard to any moving averages. Like, no Fibonacci involved in this retest. And we're here at this point. He's right. We do go up, and he's going to sell. It's going to go down. But guess what? It goes up, and it does a stop hunt on the, try to hold this in context, where he's at on the chart. We're right about here. We're about to see if we are going to, this is the moment of truth. Is this bottom become a top? Are we going to keep tanking now, which would be the likely scenario? And he's saying we're going to engulf and then we're going to sell here. Okay. But what if this top has become a bottom here? This top became a bottom here. The very tippy top, the tick chart top, right? So we know the tip of the wick, we know that is a different kind of trade than closing prices, because we can't see closing prices here. So we'd actually have to trade structures on the wicks, which is going to be a deeper fill, because that may be a 20 pip wick window or an 18 pip wick window. And that matters too, right? So when these things blow up, if you're a real estate guy in the city, not every market's the same. And when this market goes up, that market's going down, right? So in Forex, there's going to be this rush into the market. So if you're a volatility entry guy, and you want to buy something that's 200 pips down, you'd have some stupid fucking signal robot indicator or alert system that says this market is down 5% or it's down 200 pips. To me, when I see that, I'm like, holy fuck. I mean, okay, here we are. Let's try to see what's going on here. Why is it down so hard? And are we at the brink? Are we at the hot spot? Are we at that line of scrimmage? The moment of truth. And of course, the moment of truth is not available to no-nonsense Forex guy, because he considers it too dangerous. And that's where all the manipulation is taking place. But that is where the fucking gold is. According to Jordan Peterson, the dragon would be the scary trade, right? I'm not going to trade it. I mean, whatever you want to say about religious people like Peterson, who's pretty much, I'm an Ayn Rand person, but the metaphors for trading, the metaphors for, he also talks about risk and stuff, how people would just continuously, I mean, it's just a lifestyle. Like if you live a high risk lifestyle. Now, do you buy lottery tickets? Do you trade Another thing is binary options could be responsible for a lot of these losses people are claiming in Forex. When they say 95% or 99% of Forex, are they talking about binary option traders that don't realize that instrument's decaying? Like, everybody's losing whether they're long or short on an option because time is your enemy. Where in Forex, you can claim, okay, I'm in this fucking trade. We'll see what happens. You're not losing as time goes by. If you traded options, and I did, I traded bond options, and they were like $30, $60, and these things they were worth $1,000. They were worth like $1,400 in 2 days because the market reversed brutally. So that was a swing trade I did where I was like, holy shit. Now, that was also difficult, too, because I just got out of both of them because I'd already lost so much money trading the grain market. Well, not trading it, actually. And I consider that losing money. In other words, I was too afraid to pull the trigger because it cost me like $60 just to pull the trigger, just to say hello to a trade. And you had to run a stop that you really were, paying, let's say, $300 a month to look at your trades in real time, which in Forex people are able to do for free, which is mind-blowing. That's why I didn't think Forex. I thought Forex was fake. I didn't think it was a scam. I just thought it was too good to be true, and it would just totally be destroyed by the powers that be, the people that are floor traders or whatever have you, whatever lobbyists, whoever never let a crisis go to waste, people came and intervened upon a financial. Okay, so people don't have a clue of like financial risk because maybe they have a day job and they come home and they watch their favorite show on TV and then they drive to work and they talk to people and everything's normal and they love that routine and they don't realize that outside of that is pure fucking chaos financially behind the scenes, and maybe or pure is the old Greenspan, I think, said irrational exuberance. In other words, this kind of euphoricness that people have about their stocks, and you can kind of see it, the traders' euphoria, and people on the street saying, well, my 401k is really up. I'm like, oh, let me guess, you're on the right side of the market now. You think this is going to go up forever, do you? Okay, so I got you. I see you don't have any clue that there's somebody possibly accumulating against you. Right, so in a big picture of a giant wave, of a giant auction, maybe a monthly auction. So the auctions are like, there can be a 1 hour auction where people debate about the price and okay, that's cured. Until pressure builds up and there's no auctions and the price goes static and people are like, okay, now what? Order imbalance. For whatever reason, people come rushing back in. When you watch that Ben Lichtenstein, the market crash thing, if you listen to what he's saying, as far as who's coming in, it's paper and this and that's the same cycle you'd always see, is that the big boys ain't going to come in until the thing's stabilized. And they ain't buying the bottom of that, right? And maybe there are people that have pendings that he's not talking about because he is doing the news. He is reporting as shit comes in, right? So it's all like, the funny thing is about wait to see what the big boy money does and then do what they do. It's too late. The trade's over. You can hear it in the people calling the orders in. It's already spiked. They're getting in when it dies down and gets quiet. They're not buying that spike. That hot spot is already sitting there like an iceberg order, just waiting to get filled and killed. It's like boom. Okay, that price. It's the market is it's called price discovery. It's trying to find a better price that everybody agrees at, and when it does, then you're probably going to see a doji. You're going to see a sideways market where everybody goes like, yeah, okay, this looks like a good enough place to rest. And then if it's truly hell-bent on a mission, it will just continue. You could non-directionally trade that, or you could say, yes, big up move, sideways, it flags out. I'm getting in. I'm a flag trader, not like a fag trader. So you could actually look for flags in every market. But now here's where the problem comes in. What if it's a 40 pip flag as opposed to a 140 pip flag? I mean, this is going to be a problem as far as scheming a way to get involved in the flag. And ultimately, you want to accumulate on the southern side of the flag if you think it's going to go north. This way, one of those can be a scalp, and you can pad your account before you even leave the gate, which is the ultimate trade. And you can do that, right? You can see, if you're going to trade one instrument, you can play it deeper than if you're going to trade 10 instruments and just look for flags all day and put buy stops and sell stops and be a robotic, a mechanical trader. You're a mechanical trader at that point. This is also, you see this no-nonsense Forex guy try to have it both ways. This discretionary trader thinking is that, oh, you know what? I'm going to break my rules this time because this indicator supersedes that, and I've got that one in my formula and my algorithm here, so it's okay to pull that out because normally when I do pull that out, it seems like lately when I pull that out, okay, now you just deviate from your algorithm. So this whole idea that you have this ship that's all calibrated for this waterway, I mean, dude, if a storm comes by, you're fucked, okay? So the turbulence that are created from a news event have to be absorbed into the market, or from the news is no news, but the market still has pent up fears and demands, and it's just still going to get to a tipping point. This hot spot. It's so funny because that's where, if you're on the wrong side leaving the hot spot, yes. Without a stop, yes. You're going to lose. But once again, is that a $100 account you blew up? If you've got 5 accounts and you have a $300 account, a $1,000 account, you have your $10,000 account, why wouldn't you, right? I mean, if you play guitar, you're probably going to end up with 2 guitars, 3 guitars, 4 pedals, 5 pedals, 5 effects. You go like, oh, this new effects device. You got to hear this fucking thing. My buddy's got an effect device for his guitar. I swear it costs $2,000. It's rack mount. So I walk in there one night and I said, and I don't know, maybe I'm just too rude of a person, but I teased him. I said, look at that thing. I guess I tease him because he doesn't use it. But it's like a 8-space rack, and I'm like, wow, look, it's got a guitar tuner built in. I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to buy that just for the tuner alone. Like, if you're so rich, you're like, I know that's an $8,000 rack. Where it emulates everything on the planet, models like the neighbor's tits next door. And you're like, okay, but look at the tuner on that. Wow, just bought it for the tuner. I'm that rich. I've been trading Forex, what I can tell you. So do not trade them downside here. Only take long side trades, please. Please. If you subscribe to a newsletter, don't forget to write.
Okay? While ignoring any upside, this up, it could be a very small one, like this, and then downside. This is the wave we are looking for, okay? Down.
But it ripped up, right? It blew his face off to the upside there, but only looking down. Here was his scalp. His only sell, in my opinion, was this. He could have sold that rooftop there and go, okay, we made this much money. It's coming back to a critical structure. And as far as structure goes, it's only the last hump or the last wick. Yes, this matters, but not right now, maybe. And this is the real time. This is where we're at now. So here is the 100-yard line here. The tippy top, people are short from here. And if they're going to trail their stop, I'd be getting the fuck out here because this is where the critical, I would go flat right now. Like, if I sold the top of that, I'd be like, holy fuck, now I'm looking to buy. And I don't have an exact entry like this guy either. I'm just going to buy a zone. I'm going to buy everything from here down like this. I'm just going to be like, okay, let's put a big fat ticket in here. Big fat ticket, big fat ticket. That's done. Next chart.
Ignoring any buy setup here.
Ignoring any buy setup here, please.
If we get up, we'll ignore it, okay?
It gets up, you'll ignore it again too. And that was the entry. That was the short. You ignored it. No, you don't. You don't ignore it. This is the fucking seller's window. I don't care what you say. I'm going to prove it. I'm going to trade this myself. I'm so pissed off. I'm going to swing trade these markets now. I'm that pissed off. I'm going to have to trade with a 50 pip stop and shit, which I don't really like the idea. But yeah, I'm going to sell up here, man. Fuck these people. I'm so sick of it. And I'm going to buy back here. I'm just going to do it. I'm gonna do it myself, so I'll do a update on the 4 hour. This is a 4 hour chart. Like, who can't see these trades? Come on. I forecast market.
Not interested in this one. We are only interested in our sell setups.
See, our sell setups are better than yours. I know you want to sell here tippy top. No, not for us. We sell here and get creamed. Actually, he missed another sell he could have taken here. I just noticed it. This shit is hard to see, I must tell you. Unless you fix the scale, you never see it. Look at this. Comes here, top the wick. If you're a seller into the top of that wick, not bad for a scalp. All the way back to here, to this top. Another thing he's missing, I'm just going to have to zoom in here. There's no way I can really talk about this structure without... I just didn't think structure really... I thought indicators was the answer, but here... Oh, fuck, I really butchered that because I'm not using my auto forward here. Okay. Once again, this story is so complex on closing prices that unless you zoom in, that's why I'm running 720 on the screen instead of 1920, because you just don't need all that res for fucking trading. I'm not watching a movie. I actually want these bars to be as clunky as possible. But look at these subtle auctions here that he missed out on. Of course, the signal services, it's wave trading. So we had the structure here in the dollar. Here's the classic stop hunt just before the big up move. Right? So the people that trade structure go, I'm in. And they're right. Look, we went up. Here's the flag. Here's your low volatility dojis. Here's your support becomes resistance on close, 4R, then the first down, then confirmation sellers come in here. But every time we come down in here, this guy, I'm the guy buying this. And my first scalp's going to be here. And I'm going to put buy limits in here all next week. Right, for the dead cat bounce. That's why I'm buying the dollar yen. And I could make the argument I'm long dollar cat, dollar yen. Yeah, because guess what? Dollar's probably going to come up to here. For the scalp. Let's see now his, at first I thought, yeah, this guy's he's making the calls. I'll give him that. I'll give you the fact that he's making the calls, but he's just unaware of the fact that the people that are trading around him, well, the orders that are sitting and pending around him are affecting him in some way, unbeknownst to him.
Pound dollar, we told you it's downside, right? From here, we told you guys we are looking for our sell setups. This is the wave we are looking for.
Pound dollar, I told you. This looks like another trap. Let me see. Now I have to go to this chart. You got to give me a break. I got to zoom into this pound now. All right, I'm just too into it, I guess. Pound dollar. 4-hour chart. I'm using my secret trend trading system here, 4 period. Let me see if I can overlay this. I'm going to do a super scrunch now to find where we're at on this channel. Let me turn off the auto. Let me see what he did here on this.
If you are in this
I wish he'd run it a little bit to the right there.
Move your stops. If
you can't always get what you want. Let me just zoom out. Let me try to overlay, hunt down where he's at in this damn thing. Okay, so he's about, this is the 13th. Oh my God. I can't tell where he's at. Oh, he's right here. Oh, he's right. It did go down. So he got this one right. So he's right here. Sellers here. It's in a downtrend. He's saying, let's sell. So he nailed this one. It starts going this hole. So and this was amazing for the trend traders to keep selling every rally into that. They cleaned up. Let's see. I want to scrunch out one level to see. I wish he wouldn't have done that so in the middle. What's fueling this crush? You know, once we take this out, so he's right here on the chart. Up, up, into the floor, down, down, down. Once we take this out, holy shit, Katie bar the door, it just starts to pummel. And this is the 100 pip reaction, retracement. Then here another 100 pips, 100 pip bounce. We could have got in on the sideways motion before the crush. So I think he's actually making this the auction trade. He doesn't, I don't think he sees it like that, but this trap up here, well, here's where he got in short. Now here was the big trap. Once it starts to cave into this, of course, this is a big deal. And the scalpers load up on that and then they cash out into this bottom. I believe that's what's causing that move. Then again, here's the heavy hitters come in here. And they're already out. They're already out. Big fat pendings down here. Now this is a big point for sellers up here again. On and on. As it goes. Let me get back to his video here. So anyways, we can be wrong. We can be right. I do think the dollar, I think everything has a range to it. So look at this crude oil entry. Buy limits into this pocket here. This is an easy structure trade. Dead cat bounce are off of these support levels here. We did bounce off of this. And we did clean out all those stops looking back. Kind of hard to see here, but this was the big double indemnity down here. This is a past due bill. This one does not hit. We scalped to here. We's out. We're out because we tagged that wick. That is the weekly. That is the daily. Right? We got in here. And we got the fuck out here at this pivot on the daily. This is the triple bottom becomes a double top, becomes a double top. We see the daily vacuum filled to here. And of course, this is a whole different trade plan than the weekly because, you know, I mean, this is like if you bought this plunge here and you loaded up on this triple bottom on the daily, I'm just calling the wicks out as a triple bottom. There is a single bottom there. You could have bought that too. And that's where people are probably getting out for the scalp. Although they've been getting out of the scalp, this whole thing buying into this deep pocket here on the daily. This shelf here, I do believe this is why this slot here, see how that is the notch? We didn't quite make it to that. That is the cause for the effect. There has to be, in Wyckoff theory, you jump the creek down here. This is where you jump the creek. Now you're ripping north. But look at that last, and we didn't really invade that wick, I don't think. See, we didn't get that far. So. To have enough money to spread your orders out, and you'd have to spread your orders out in here because it's such a deep area that you can't just get in one ticket here, too. Also, the market's telling you, lay a blanket in here. And it's telling you that 2 months ago. Right, 2 months ago you were told that. Did you listen? Did you buy this thing from here down? And are you out? No. Hopefully you made enough money on this raid here. Coming into here. We didn't make it to, oh, here we go. We did make it to this bottom. Right, so looking back, this is the deepest bottom, the oldest bottom. It still means something. It's also the breakout point for here. It's also the double top. Not to an exact pip, but pretty fucking close. If you go like this, you can't see it. Unless you stretch these markets, you can't see how insane the volatility can get. Look at this thing. It just can't wait to get up here. The channel traders are going to claim, we're in a channel like this, and we're going to trade that to the downside. But look, they overshot your target, for God's sake. For God's sake, people, step away from them channel traders. Here's the Andrews pitchfork argument. right? Or we just go for just a million fucking down diagonals. There's plenty of excuses to trade the market. Here's my trade. Dollar yen, I'm buying this as it plunges. I'm buying dollar CAD as it plunges. Well, not really plunge, but pulls back to the center point. I am still long the euro dollar, so I'm kind of in this bizarre, twisted, perverted hedge, I'd say. Euro CAD was an amazing trade, don't you think? Buying this huge fucking giant cavern down here and just be like, yep. Yeah, no indicators on that one. Good old auction. Looks like it is going to fucking go hunt down this shit. Put my sell limit pack in here. Sell limit pack. Bad spread. This looks like a double bottom. Looks like the CAD's in trouble. The only way to sell this is to go to the small bars. You'd be short right now. On a breakout, hopefully you scalped out of something here. Maybe you're short. To me, if I put buy limits on this, they start here. That's a no-brainer. If I'm not in, I would get in. Now look at this fucker. Wow, this looks ready to embrace this area. In case you really want to live on the edge, look at this motherfucker. Some kind of depegging here. What about this market? Does this market look manipulated or dangerous to you? Low volume. It's not the popular kids market. Popular kids. Oh, you want to be one of those popular kids getting all beat up? Yeah, all of a sudden the popular kids now, the Democrats, well, they never were popular, but ruh-roh. I love when people try to play the scam game. They're like, you mean to tell me that scamming's not a lifestyle? It's a lifestyle for these people. I think here I'm just gonna say here. I think they stop hunted somebody over here. Explain this currency pair. What is this? The euro versus the that where they have that frog. That fake place that frog lives at that everybody gets all wound up about. Some fake town. Look at this structure. Look at this tag and bag on the wicks. Looks like a fucking penny stock from hell. What the fuck is this? Euro versus the Czechoslovakian. This broker's got every fucking pair you can. This broker's got more fucking instruments. They got corn on here. I think they got eggs. I understand in New Zealand to be an egg is like, that's like harsh treatment. You're an egg. Look at Dash Coin's ready to dash up. This Bitcoin's ready to scream north. Did you ever? Look at this motherfucker. It's itching to go into this pocket. Is it not? Tis it not? Look at, they're just going to rape this fucker in here next. It's so funny, dude. If we take this out, you know what that means? Financial freedom for every fucking revenge of the fucking nerds is what the fuck that will be. If this makes it to 40,000, they'll be on. Told you. And what was people talking about here? $100. Somebody just made a comment about the ICT, the truth about ICT. And I got that screen capture before he deleted. I love when people post shit. I don't delete anything I've done. Dude, I don't delete it unless it's some copyright shit. Actually, his stuff. The idea is you're going to go back and say, I didn't have my head up my ass. You always got your head up your ass. You're always saying, you know what? There's a better way to do this. So I'm not against finding a better way to trade it. But I did go down I would just say I did go down the indicator highway. There's nothing there but smoothed data. It's smoothed out data. No, I'm sorry. I just want to confront life on its own terms. Like, okay, what is the market doing right now? I can't fix the past. I can't trade the past. Look at this price. Holy shit. I've seen this before. Oh my God. I remember when I got stopped out because I bought at the market too heavy. Dude, I mean, I used to be 2 days off on all my calls in the market. I was a swing trader when I started with no stops. I'd be 1 or 2 days off, and I'm like, holy shit, if you just would have waited one fucking day, you dumb shit. Now, this would be why people would say you need confirmation indicators. No, you know what I need? I need to start thinking about, we're almost there. Put some orders in front or wait. Not good at waiting, but better at putting the orders in front and going to sleep and going, fuck them. I don't know. I'm babysitting these motherfuckers. So, I can understand people want to leave their kid on somebody's doorstep. They're like, I ain't got time for this. 911 operator. So, anyways, it does look like Bitcoin Revenge of the Nerds is coming. Here, look at this one. Look at this thing. Holy shit. Stock market's just pulling back for another fucking rally. As soon as they release, now this would be my news call, they release the Mueller goes to jail and the thing just goes through the roof. Look, they're still punishing these fuckers. Now, I'm going to start buying here in my mind because that's where all the stops are. People are like, all the sellers take profits, so they got to be taking a profit there. But look at this trap up here. Are you going to really tell me, that new high there, that this pullback is because of, What a glorious trap. What a glorious selling high. Weekly chart. Look at the distribution up here. Classic. Choppy, then boom. And here comes the buyers. Oof. People are buying this last top. Nobody gets filled here. Maybe that's to come. It would be for me. Here's the top become a bottom in this nice marching trend. We climax. A severe distribution. Bam, 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 bam. And don't even come back to the floor for the guys that buy this plunge here. They only get it back to here. You carry these pivots forward. The other ones, forget about it. There's a guy out there called So Darn Easy FOREX, and he literally puts up, I had to stop doing this, where you put this line up here and you go, see double top back here. Dude, that don't matter. The fucking market don't even see that no more. If the market could see, it wouldn't see the double top. People like to go back historically and say shit like that. It's fictitious. I can go to the monthly and say, look at, well, you can't see. What if I did that here? It would only make sense to do that line. Okay, maybe too extreme here. But the daily, if I go to the weekly, okay, it's a double top on the weekly. It's a double top on the. It's a trap area, but now it doesn't mean anything. Right after we trap these guys, stop them up. Now this is all that matters. So if somebody has a jigsaw indicator that deletes all that shit in between. So I stopped doing this by saying stuff like, well, yeah, see here, but if you go way back in time, see, it just doesn't matter now. Everything's changed. I mean, if you believe reality exists, everything's constantly changing. So what do you do about it now? You sell here in anticipation of a crush down there? Yeah, why not? Well, you're where the popular kids get in right here at the break. Well, what are you going to do about that? There's nothing you can do about it, dude. You can't eliminate risk. I mean, it's just so fucking retarded. Look at the Hang Seng crushing into my buy limits. I'm coming here in blue. These are amazing moves. Yeah, we probably might have to get all the way back to here before we see any kind of dead cat bounce we can scalp. What else? Oh, this thing's like ready to go up. This one looks like it's not selling off near as harshly as anything else. So this has already got its pullback, and maybe this is going to make my dollar yen go up. I don't know if they're correlated. This thing looks itching to pop. Boy, this is the next one to go total psycho, full retard bullish, I think, is this one, because there ain't no sellers coming in that. That pullback's so shallow. This thing's itching for a crime. Bulls are just going to rape that north. Here is, following along with Bitcoin, is the American Express 30 days rollover money. So what I think is going to happen, and this is my big fundamental view, is that money velocity is going to pick up. Bitcoin's going to become if it goes up, people will use that as a, they'll feel safe parking money there and using that as a transfer. American Express goes up because Donald Trump had an American Express card. What happened to those commercials? Maybe I don't watch TV. They'd have like, you could be a member since. I was a member. But it was I thought, what am I doing with this stupid card? Like, it's just so stupid. Well, you have a black card. It means I guess so. I can't keep track of the bonus shit. Like, then they'd send you flyers. You get $50 off that. And I used to be with these people that they're all in the coupon clipping, and I'm like, God, can we just live? Do we have to? Are we always trying to make $1? It's bad enough we're trading the fucking market trying to make $1. You clipping coupons? So fundamentally, look at the rush into the. And Boeing was. They said it's okay to fly your Boeing planes. Did you buy Boeing down here at the bottom? Did you load up on Boeing structurally? Without regard to them crashing? I bet it's through the roof. If I still got it on my list. BA. Boeing. I think that's it. Boeing Airline. BP. Boeing planes. Even, look at this. Procter & Gamble. Through the fucking roof. Now, I don't have any more history on this. Sorry, but look at this fucker stampede. Another buy in Procter & Gamble. Top become a bottom on the weekly. I don't even trade this shit, but look at this fucking thing just steamrolling north. It's in an uptrend is what they're telling me. And this is, what is this stock? It's not, I don't even know. It's not Tesla. I don't know what it is, but it's getting hammered. The fuck is this thing? I have no clue what I'm looking at here. Wait, I have to mouse over it. Pharmaceuticals. Oh yeah, everybody's just, they're going for street drugs now. I know what this is. Twitter. Fuck Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's kind of a bias thing here for a dead cat bounce off of this. Tesla. Their cars are going to start crash. Look at this fucker fall through the floor. This was a nice fill the vacuum. Are you accumulating into that? Now, I would start putting my buy limits here. This is the monthly. This shelf here is going to be where people start to really load in. Oh, Tesla just did new. I mean, whatever the news was about Tesla, it left back this whole gaping hole here. It's, market abhors a vacuum. It's true. It left an unfinished price discovery. We're going to rediscover these prices, people. This is also the structure that was supposed to hold. Don't forget, everybody's counting on this triple top here. The buyer's going to keep coming in. The range traders are having all this fun in here, and then looks like we left too big. We cantilevered out too far into the future, and the void is too looming here to be denied. Do not deny the void. Here's a great Pfizer. I think this is Pfizer. I used to know all this shit. Here, the lonely wick entry theory on Pfizer. No need for a moving average. Just one and done. Don't expect this thing to go to the moon now. Don't be a dumb shit. Don't be a dumb shit. .com. Working on that site. This euro versus the ZAR looks like a buy. At a glance, we're at the apex of the triangle here. Volatility's drying up. We're going up-ish. Here was a good entry for the big deep discount. Buy that fucking stop hunt. Okay, so yeah. What else? I know I got a bunch of other harebrained currencies people follow. It just blows my mind. EuroCAD. I already talked about that one. Yeah, you can swing trade this shit. I mean, you almost really have to have like another computer with a bigger screen, I think. It's so hard to keep track of this shit. Look at the guppy bouncing. This thing's hell-bent on going down. Hell-bent. Are we below this floor, I believe? I believe this is in the critical buy window. The 4 hour, depending what time frame, see, you can handle this from a 4 hour time frame, which is a completely different trade plan. And here you would have cashed out into the floor here. On just wicks alone, you did make it to this closing doji, kind of. The 4-hour trade plan is different than the 4-day trade plan. There's just, it's like how long you want to be in the market. This whole thing about trading it, how long do you want to be in the market also? I do think the euro is going to keep storming north. I'm going to sell up in here, cash out, and I bought down here at the deep discount. I'm also long the other two, which is kind of odd, but I am long dollar CAD, although I'm putting limits in front here when I'm trying to orchestrate this carnival trade is what I'm trying to do. I'm long the euro. Meanwhile, I got pendings on the dollar CAD and the dollar yen. So that's all I'm doing this week with real money. It's been a long time since I did it because it's too easy to sit down, but every time I see people talking about these other currency pairs and being sucked into the fucking thought of like, well, here's the dollar index, what it's doing. But, if you're going to trade the dollar index, it's completely different than you can use that as a confirmation tool on other currency pairs and kind of a vague, if that, because it's its own unique market unto itself, making its own price policies that are they affecting other things, or are you just seeing the effect of the dollar through the lens of the dollar index? I mean, and what is the driving force there? Is there a giant order imbalance that spills into other markets? If all of a sudden crude goes up, does gold go up? Yeah, because it takes oil to dig it out of the fucking ground. The reason why gold is a standard of value is because it's a representation of labor. The reason why gold trades at what it does is because it's already a gold standard. If it was cheaper to get it out of the ground, don't you think the price would go down? The fact that there's only supposedly 2 swimming pools of gold doesn't really mean too much. If only that it's a fixed amount, maybe, and that, gold's a representation of inflation. I think it is. I mean, silver certainly is. At $5 for silver, and I think it's like 15 or 17 right now, you're still up 4 times from what it used to just tread water at in the 90s. And everything goes into a shell. If it goes sideways for a long time, look at other things, and I could, if I had, if I cared, I could go look at stocks, and I guess those are kind of more fun in a way because they're more dramatic than Forex is kind of like there's so much liquidity that it's kind of tame compared to stocks. But look at some of these crazy stocks, right? The Tesla thing, are people buying that as a plunges, gobbling up on limits? I would. If I was a stock trader, I'd just there's some guy that couldn't handle trading Forex, and he bailed, so he went in the stock market. But why wouldn't you just tell your broker, look, at space fucking limits, buck apart all the way down on fucking Tesla, walk away. You don't need to stop on that. You think Tesla's going to go out of business? If you trade stocks, and actually I should show up at this, I did go down there once, and I probably still could go back there and talk. Some guy said, why don't you go up and talk about stocks? And I would just say, hey, people, I want you to torture your broker. I want you to call up and lace some buy limits into these fucking sell-offs, for God's sakes. Market's down 10% or whatever the fuck. You want to buy this void, okay? Stop it with your fucking, well, their earnings, fuck their earnings. Fuck that the planes crashed. Fuck all that shit. I'm just sick of it. But you don't understand. They're making the best widget you've ever seen. Okay, I can't talk to you then. Get the fuck out. I would stand up on stage and go, fundamentals are bullshit. I guess I couldn't say that. BS. It's an old crowd. You should see the fuckers do it. So I had a Forex meet in the library, and I'm up the street. The guy goes, you want to come to our stock thing? It's called Investors Business Daily. It's not just called Investors. It's like KFC. It's like IBD. And I'm like, what's IBD? What the fuck is this? Is this some cult? They're competing with Scientology? I go there. Oh, my God. Some guy's standing up on stage, and he's got that talking about Apple and the earnings report, and it's like a bingo. It's like going to the church, and it's like bingo. Everybody's got their stock list in front of them. People are raising hands. What do you think about this dildo company? And it's so cute, and you're just going, oh, my God, these poor people. They're just so, heartfelt about, this is a good company. And I'm like, I'm just here for the price fluctuations. Am I allowed to be in this group? Well, we're investors here, and we don't care if the company's going to zero. Fuck. What kind of morals do you have anyways? What are you, a trader? Now, here's where the day traders and the investors are like, I mean, you might as well just be fucking a rogue you're a rogue wave in their life. Right? So it's kind of funny because, I'm sure I could get a group of people that would pay me to stand up there and go, this is the trades we're going to do at $9. What is it? $9 turnaround on the American, what is the deep discount? Scott Trade. I'm sponsored by Scott Trade. Psycho Trader. Sponsored by Scott Trade. Or what's the other one online? Thinkorswim. It's more like Trade or Die. Mine's called Thinkorswim. Oh, what a clever name. I already hated that company just because of their name. Is that wrong? How about Thinker? Fuck you. Thinkorswim. There's sharks out here. Them fucking big boy bankers are trying to bite my stops off. My feet are stops, and those ankle biters criticizing us. How dare you? Anyways, I could go on and on about pound New Zealand. Another glorious fucking entry here. Let's not forget pound New Zealand, the most brutal moving currency on the planet. And at $2, it's going to gobble up a lot of margin. Look at this fucking beast. Explain this to me. And look, the spread finishing at a 7 pip spread. Just let you know that it's going to make a 70 pip move in the next 5 minutes. Anybody trading this fucking wackadoodle pair? Look at this fucking wick up here. Jesus, it's a 100 fucking pip wick, and that's a 250 pip winning trade if you sold at the 100-yard line. You're up 300 pips on the double bottom to here. How'd you like that trade? Is that a trend trade? Or is that a reversal trade? Who's making the money on that? Is this a bottom becoming a top, It doesn't give a fuck about when that happened because it's about filling that lonely wick. Did I just buy down here? Yes. If I was a fucking trader on this currency pair, I could have placed this buy limit here when the market was here. Anybody doing that? No, they're going, I want to see the price action. Nope, didn't get an inverted hammer here like I wanted, so I just didn't get in that trade. Okay, at some point you're just going to figure it out, right? And then here's my trading system gone all, but I like the guy that says, no nonsense Forex guy says, don't trade the euro dollar because that's where all the popular people hang out. And I think this kind of price action here tells you something. There ain't nobody to fucking trade. Dude, ain't nobody. Your trend, how's that trend system? Of course, this is the 4-hour chart, granted, but let's go to the daily chart. How's no nonsense Forex guy? Did he sell up in here in this giant fucking hole? No. Did he do a top tick Tommy entry and sell this little itty bitty lonely wick window up here? No. No, he sold here when it went down. Confirmation. You got to get that confirmation, goddammit. Are you confirmed on flight 209? And I always thought, I was always offended by that confirmation too. I'd show up at the airport. We want to confirm your flight. I'm like, are we missing something? I thought I bought a ticket. You see my name, right? Well, we like to confirm you have to check in. Okay, dude, I bought the ticket. I'm here. Can we go? Maybe I'm the only one disturbed by all the confirmation in the world. And then you call up something to do something. Can we confirm? Can we give your last 4 digits? It's me. Hello? And I hear this new one that says, we will recognize you by your voice. Oh, you're the pissed off guy. Yeah, we got you down in the pissed off files. Yeah, we found your profile right here. Just came right up. Angry caller number 52. Look at this 100 pip window of punishment. Pound New Zealand. Do you run a 300 pip stop for entry? You have to on this currency pair. Just warning you. I like the guy that... The no nonsense Forex guy, the more I think about it, the more gooberish he becomes. I mean, yeah. Right? Is he buying... Who's the guy that's stepping in with 1,000 pip stop buying this fucking vault? And here's the auction theory once again. Even though the guy at Trader's Way doesn't think auction theory is a real thing, this or breakouts that bottoms become tops, and look at the vicious down again, trapped into the floor. Look at this. Oh my God, who's buying this new low, dude? You got balls. You're making money. Fuck confirmation. Yeah, my confirmation, dude, is they filled my limits. Confirmation, bing. That's the one thing I learned from FXCM. When I heard the bing, I go, oh, filled the limit. I felt as I was setting mouse traps. Bam. He's dead. Got another one. Another fucking 100 another goobers stop. Yep. Put my buy orders right there where the goobers be putting their stops. Jed, we go out with a pitchfork. We gonna hunt some fucking goobers tonight. Let's go downtown and hunt some goobers. Look at the sellers are gonna come in here. We cash out on this if we're long. Here's where the early guys getting out, and I will put my buy limits right here at the 100-yard line. Rinse and repeat. Dumb shit trading. Dumb shit trading 101. I'll buy there. I'll buy anything below there. I will scalp here for the shorts. Yes, I will scalp above this wick harshly. It's dumb shit. It's just dumb shit trading, dude. Trading is for dummies. Double bottom. We cash everything out there if we're long. That's how we trade. That's how we look at it. Look at these cloud traders made a mint here. We only buy on pullbacks into the green cloud. Finally, it worked out. Got this beautiful top become a bottom. We waited for confirmation on that. It was also a stop hunt, right? Like the breakout trader here. Look at this breakout trader made money too. Kind of. If he didn't get chopped. Breakout, come back. In 4 hours, man, there's a trade for you. If you have trailing buy limits here, even if you have trailing buy limits here, you got filled. They came back there. They ripped that out. And you cashed out in this window, I hope, before the close. What's the spread on this thing? It's not showing up on my... There it is. Not too bad. And look at the... just keeps hammering down there. Just keep hammering. And then the wedge represents your lack of volatility. So does your trend line. Your big closing trend line here was broke. Here's your breakout retest on close. Breakout retest. Still not done tanking though. Now we look forward to the glory days of going up. We got to draw our first trend line. Here's your perfect setup. Top become a bottom with the trend line. Oh, I keep forgetting to draw that box. Top become a bottom, trend line, green cloud, go. That's your checklist. Fuck the ATR. Fuck that ATR shit. 14 period ATR. It's only good for breakout trading. Once the ATR goes screaming into some vulgar amount number, it's over. Look at this auction. Come down, chop. Full engulf. To here. Bye-bye. Now there's the auction within the auction. Got this vacuum waiting to be filled. Sellers on the rooftop. Back and forth, back and forth. We're going to sell here. Cash out. We start scalping off of this shit. On and on. You can see what I'm talking about, I hope. Anyways, there you go. That's the update. Swing Traders Anonymous.